Hello everybody, today is a very special day. I'm at the Nürburgring for the Nürburgring 24 hours and I'm also here to have a passenger lap in a Bugatti Chiron that's standing right behind me. I'm going to be the world's first person to get a passenger lap in the Bugatti Chiron and my mind is absolutely blown. I'll see you guys inside. So the first question is, does the Chiron pass the all-important car throttle fist test? Yup, with flying colours. Mounted in the middle of the carbon fibre monocoque Chiron is a heavily revised version of the Veyron's 8-litre quad-turbo W16. It produces 1,479 brake horsepower and 1,179 pound-foot of torque between 2,000 and 6,000 RPM. And despite the fact that the Chiron weighs just 5 kilograms shy of 2 tons, it'll hit 62 miles an hour in less than 2.5 seconds, 124 miles an hour in 6.5 seconds, and 186 miles an hour in 13.6 seconds. So a lot of you guys want to know if the Chiron passes the MCM shoe test, so there's only one way to find out. I'm not going to actually excuse the socks, but you can see that there is no space for a shoe in there. So Chiron shoe test passed. I am sitting in the passenger seat of the new Bugatti Chiron, and next to me I've got my new best friend, Mr. Wolfgang Dürheimer. How are you feeling? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you happy to see me?
Well, I'm extremely happy because it's a long period of time that we developed this car, and today it has its first run out on the Nürburgring Nordschleife in the series version. It's also a world premiere because never ever a motor journalist was with us in the car when we drive here at the Nürburgring.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
Today.
That's
Congratulations.
Amazing. I'm so excited. I haven't eaten too much, just in case when you accelerate, stuff comes out. So there's not a lot of stuff to come out, so we'll be okay.
Okay.
We're going to be safe.
So keep it tight.
I will keep it tight. Yeah, that's my new motto. Tell me, how do you start the Chiron? Is there some specific starting sequence, or do you just turn a key?
If you want to have a key for this one, it's a base price of 2.4 million that you need to be able to afford in order to get into the car. Once you have the key, this is the magic button. Everything is controlled from the steering wheel, and here you start and stop the engine, and here you have the different settings. And I just put it into operation now, and you will hear the rear spoilers to adjust.
So at the moment this car has a top speed limited to 261 miles an hour. Now this will be, in your own words, the fastest car in the world. So 300 miles an hour, is it going to happen, and when? Because we do have 500 kph on the speedometer there, so that's 310 miles an hour.
Well, at present we are the world record holder with the Veyron, with the predecessor of this one, at 431 km per hour, and this was done with an engine output of 1,200 horsepower.
That's nothing. That is nothing compared to this.
So now we installed another 300. It's in total 1,500 horsepower, and we are absolutely sure that we are going to beat our old best mark, and we are going to break up into new dimensions. And we will do our next high-speed test officially with the Guinness Book of Records in 2018.
And I drove the Veyron before, and I did 357 kilometers an hour. Do you think we'll be getting close to that on the Nürburgring?
You did do it this morning on the Autobahn?
I did, yeah.
So we will see how much clearance we get behind the cars that are in front of us, but I think on the long straight we will get close.
Wow. So something that I'd like to know more about is at the steering wheel we've got a LC launch control button.
In case we want to make a real catapult start from standstill to maximum acceleration, this is what you do. You go back to standstill, put it in gear, press the button, accelerate it, let the turbochargers put up the necessary pressure, and then just let it go. Pedal to the carbon, and here you fly. And with this button you are differentiating between the different chassis modes. EB is Ettore Bugatti. This is what we recommend in standard usage. Then we have a special Autobahn button This changes a little bit the aerodynamic setup and makes it quite convenient to drive fast and in long turns. And with the checkered flag, this is the race mode. If you put it in race mode, all the aerodynamic helpers bring the car in the maximum downforce mode. So you have an absolutely predictable high downforce car. And the fourth position is the lift position. In case you are going over a sleeping policeman or you want to shuttle the car on your racetrack, then you put it in number 4.
And in terms of aerodynamics, the Chiron versus the Veyron, I mean the Chiron has moved the game up a lot, hasn't it? How much more aerodynamic is the Chiron?
Well, it's fine-tuning in every dimension, and I think the visible outcome of our work in the wind tunnel and in aerodynamic simulation is a really big front splitter and a much wider rear spoiler. So whereas the previous spoiler was in between the fenders, now the big rear spoiler goes more or less, covers the full width of the car.
Special new revisions over the Veyron include electric steering, foot pedals that are mounted more centrally to the driver's body, plus a 15% stiffer chassis, which makes the Chiron as rigid as an LMP1 car. But enough talking, let's hit the track. So I can barely believe that I'm saying this, but I am in a Bugatti Chiron. Holy sh**! Oh my god! Wow. Mr. Durheimer, you need to warn me!
So now I will give you a demo about the deceleration power.
Okay. Oh yeah. Brakes work. This is literally a once in a lifetime opportunity. I am the first kind of normal person in the world to get a passenger ride in this car. And my god, we're taking it pretty slow at the moment, but from what I've seen and what I've felt, it is, I mean, it's on another level.
Now we are entering the Nordschleife.
Wow. And I've got a massive helmet on, and it sounds pretty damn awesome as well. Oh my god. Now for some cool pub facts that you might not know. The Chiron's 8-litre 2-stage quad-turbo engine obviously requires air, and according to Bugatti, 60,000 litres of oxygen is sent through the engine per minute of operation. It also has a thirst for fuel, being able to drain its 100-litre tank in 9 minutes at top speed, where the Veyron would drink it dry in 12 minutes. Obviously, a 2-ton hypercar like this needs to brake well too, and I can confirm that the stopping power here is violent enough to turn you inside out. That's thanks to carbon silicon carbide brakes with 8 pistons that are 20mm larger and 2mm thicker than those found on the Veyron. The huge air brake also slashes velocity with notable force, and as Mr. Wolfgang Durheimer tells me, it's actually strong enough to hold the weight of 3 men.
Now we let them go a little bit.
Oh yeah. This
after Bellberg. It's a section where you in a standard car always think I could have a little bit more power.
Oh yeah?
With this one, it's incredible how it shoots you up the mountain.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Wow.
How can you say?
The Chiron uses no fewer than 10 radiators, and in all, the coolant pump circulates 800 litres of water through the engine every minute. Now onto the subject of catalytic converters, of which the Chiron has 6 really big ones. They're so big in fact that if you were to measure their active surface area, they'd cover 230,266 square meters, or 30 football pitches. The Chiron also gets the largest clutch ever fitted to a passenger car, and inside the cabin you'll find the world's largest light conductor. How does it make you feel, seeing all of these people cheering what is effectively your baby?
Well, this is why we are here. We want to give the power, the passion and the pleasure back to the fans.
Yeah.
This car is not only for the owners, it's also in the hearts of a lot of people on the walls of grooms that dream about the serious dream car.
Yeah.
And this is why we bring it to the Notchlife, and I think the people out there really appreciate it.
I think you're right. And you know what, from the passenger seat, this has been the best thing I have ever done in my life. Veyron driving this morning, passenger lap in a Chiron on the Nürburgring.
So now it might get a little bit bumpier. I put it in race mode.
Okay.
Because we are approaching the long straight.
Okay. I am prepared.
Are you ready?
My body is prepared. So what's happening now?
So now I let drop it down to about 50. You ready?
I'm ready.
We go.
Oh my god! Holy! Oh my god! Whoa! Oh my god! I'd be stupid! Oh my god! I've never been car sick, but I can imagine being car sick in a car like this. This isn't a car. This is on another level.
You made it. Congratulations.
I made it. Thank you so much.
I could do another lap. Would you be ready for?
I'm gonna say yes, but do you have any sick bags?
Not really.
Okay.
Just open the window.
Yeah, okay, open the window or I'll just vomit into my own helmet. This is fine. I survived. And you, sir, are an absolute animal.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to take you around.
It was a pleasure to be thrown around by you. With the world's first Chiron passenger lap now in the bag, what are my thoughts? Firstly, the adrenaline that comes from sitting shotgun in the world's fastest car means that I've now got a banging headache. But apart from that, the thing that strikes me most is that the acceleration is best compared to that of an EV. And that's because the massive 1179 pound-foot of torque is delivered in such a linear way from only 2000 RPM. The cornering forces, the grip and the braking were also more violent than I've ever experienced. But you know what impressed me most? That was the fact that the Chiron had just been hustled on the Nürburgring like a lightweight sports car. Seriously, it was thrown around corners and over curbs and even kissed the tarmac. But not once did I get the feeling that this thing didn't belong here. And for a £1.9 million, 2-ton hypercar, that really has to be commended. The only way I'll ever be able to top this experience is by jumping out of an aeroplane naked without a parachute while having sex with 5 women and fighting 10 bears. But because that's unlikely, here's hoping that one day Bugatti calls me up and invites me for a drive.